Hello, hello. Time to start another live stream. I hope. It's always so difficult to check if it's actually working. Now, but it seems fine. Okay. So. Are we empty? Neo, you there? It says 0 spectators. Never quite sure how I can trust that. Well, I've got some setup to do anyway, so I'll probably want to start Inkscape. And just not too. Give me a sec here. Okay, I'll probably want to create a copy of, or maybe not a copy. Yeah, I know what to do. Don't. You probably can't see what I'm typing, but that's fine. Or not typing, but doing. This one should be it. Yeah, more or less. Okay, am I even on schedule? Yeah. Guess I am. Okay, so I need to set this up so that it recognizes Inkscape. Let me close Dolphin. Window capture. Nope. Inkscape. And this. Hooray, I did it. Cropping, yada yada yada. Seems good to me. Let's do this. How do I preview to scale? Give me a sec. Aha. Or maybe I want to fit screen. No, that seems fine. Sorry. So let me just whoop. That's not the right window at all. Oh, don't tell me it's gonna. It's like I'll have to shut off the layers dialog. Really, my dude? Oh, don't tell me you lost a window just because it's titled something different. Sure hope not. That seems to be it though. Okay, with that in mind, so I'll just start working on it. My plan right now is to not to draw a very detailed bee long legs, but actually to draw some simple shapes for now. Seems to be capturing alright. Right. Why is this flipped? I did something stupid. I sure did. Grid. Lovely. Okay, this should allow me to get a size comparison going. I wonder what will happen if I open another window. Nope, it still focuses on the older one. That's good. Let's copy this boy. I said it word. spaced. Oh, shitting. Again. Copy. There. Still no spectators. Come on, people. Show up. Right. Which means I'm gonna have to resize it to more or less match the size of this all over. I am very far off. Seems more or less apt. Maybe just a bit bigger because we don't have an entire dimension to work with. We probably want the video long legs sprite to be bigger to compensate. And that's more or less it. Oh, come on now. Alright, I forgot to do snapping until I enable all of these options. I'd say it's more or less accurate. Maybe 140 just for roundness sake. That's maybe more like 42 actually. Seems about right. Thanks. I used FreeCam to make sure I really got something that's, you know, minimally useful. Now I can already see that I'm gonna have to cheat a lot. So in the BD long legs you can see the foot, one leg, a joint, another limb, another joint, and another limb until it reaches a core. On the engine it's just gonna be a foot and one limb. Now I've seen the BD long legs in action from a top-down view, and I think I can do something convincing with just one foot and one limb. I really don't want to complicate it any more than that. Especially because I have to develop a lot of features for the engine. And we can get something convincing going with just a core, 4 limbs, and 4 feet. So, I'll put this aside for now. Tuck away in a corner. You go into your spot. Wait, stop. Me, and you go here. I'm actually not. Yeah, that's more like it. And create this. One of these. Oh, that's 142. This should represent the background. Oh, cool, we can do that. Don't know. Fill. That's the classic 01280. In addition, I'm gonna have to use layers. I hope OBS doesn't freak out just because I have a layers dialog now. It did before. Background layer. One. Objects. Is that how it usually goes? I think it is. And move the circle to that. Okay, that seems good. Just a sec here while I. Actually, not entirely sure if. BD long legs. Okay, that's a project saved. I wonder if. Okay, it still recognizes the window. If at any point I seem to be writing code or messing with a text file and you guys just keep seeing Inkscape, let me know. That's probably because Inkscape is open and it's on top of everything, and I forgot to hide it. Okay, layers are okay. You, my boy. Go here. It's already a nice peach color, but let's make it really stand out. There, that's a core. As for the feet, this is already the real size. Let's go more or less with this size, really. That's good. 75 by 75. That sounds good to me. There we go. That's the entirety of the VD Long Legs sprite sheet. Is this pixel aligned? Oh, of course. Gonna have to add some beautiful textures eventually, but not for now. Hit the reverse coordinates. Alright. Of course. Yeah, it changed the damn layers window. There. Okay. I'll go with this for now. Export as sec. I don't know what kind of folders it's going to suggest. Where is my game data? There it is. Do I need anything else? I'm not even sure if I do. No, custom. I mean, I hope that's. Duh. It's alright. This should be real size. Now I need to hide this layer. Oh, fancy that. Custom and an export. Should have worked. Let me go check. Indeed it did. Something wrong. No, everything's fine. Let's re-show this. And I think I'm done on Inkscape's side of things, so back to code. I'm actually gonna have to create a new object. So I'll try to keep this brief, like the part of actually creating a new object. But if I realize that I'm gonna do a lot of text editing, I might just change up my strategy a bit. Actually, you know what I can do? Anytime now, code light. Listen here, boy. Pikifen, game data, types, enemies, B long legs. Boom. Oh, I see. There we go. No need for a new text editor now. I can just stream code light and edit the script here. Now, as for animations, nope. Empty that, since this is a copy paste of the Amakan Beetle. BD long legs, of course. Allow ground attacks, that's false. Drops corpse, it does not. This is going to be the first enemy that doesn't. Health regen, we don't know, probably not. Height of the actual object. It's a damn good question. I'm going to take another reference screenshot real quick. Version. That's good. Oops. Try to level it down. I think that's more or less good. Where is the screenshot? Okay, in that case, if Olimar is, I'm gonna have to do some quick math. OMR is between 443 and 402. That's 41 pixels. And the boy is between 442 and 70. 41 pixels, exactly. 70, 373. Pixels. Math. No need to stream CodeLight or the calculations. It's just a calculator. That's a ratio of sizes between them. So, okay, so the really long legs is 9 times as tall as Olimar. That doesn't sound right. Let me just super quick. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6. That's more or less accurate, actually. So this means that if Olimar is how many pixels tall? Olimar in the engine is 46 pixels. Means 46 pixels times this means that the BD long legs stands at a staggering 418 pixels. Which I'm just gonna round up to 420. Clear up the other windows. Won't be any of this or dolphin anymore. OBS is still healthy. No, itch damage. Itch damage. Sorry, I'm kind of thinking slowly. We're gonna need to know its health. So into the wiki we go. Its health and Pikmin 2. Oh, it regenerates too. That's gonna be a fun thing to test actually. Generates 0.39 HP per second. I can do that. Health regen 0.4. I hope that has to be a positive, not a negative. Otherwise it's gonna get hurt on its own. And it's got 1300 HP. So let me just change that already. Oh wow. It's exactly this. Well, I'll be a son of a gun. It has exactly the same health as the armored cannonball. 1 sec. Ah! No! Não! Não é preciso. Sorry. Screaming is the most effective method of communication. Let me just check its health in Pikmin 1 for statistic purposes. The Red Bulb has 1,100, so this has 5,000 health. That's like 5 times as much. And here's 750, 130. It's got like twice. Oh wow, we got severely nerfed in Pikmin 2. It's a much stronger boy in Pikmin 1. So I'm kind of inclined to just ramp this up to like 2,000. Make it actual boss status. I think it should be stronger than the Armor Cannon Beetle. Wouldn't you agree? So if this is it, then it should be itchy every something like 50 damage. That's gonna make it itch like 20 times. Or my math is really bad. 40 times. We can change this as time goes by. And maybe every 4 seconds. Max Carriers doesn't have a corpse, so no. Move speed. Let me think. Move speed should be something a bit more like 50. And no seeds. Damn, it really has to drop a reward, otherwise killing this in the engine is gonna make it pointless. Make it like Pikmin 1. I mean, I guess I could. But that means it's something like 4,000 health. It might be a bit too much. I think I'll leave it as 2,000 for now. Because like, I'm not trying to exactly mimic any of the games. And we can see if it's easy to defeat her or not. It doesn't push, nor is it pushable. Oh, by the way, this is just a BD long legs core. I'm gonna have to create another object for the actual feet. Move speed. 50, yeah, radius, let's check back with the document, and the radius, if it's 142 width, that means the radius is 71. That's a horrible number. So ugly. Reaches. Let's... It's not exactly going to look for people. It's just gonna stomp around. Like, I'm fairly sure that in the canon games, it does actually look for where the leaders are and all, but I forgot where I'm going with this. But yeah, but it's so difficult to tell. Like, in any of the canon games, you really can't tell if it's looking at something or not, or if it's just stomping randomly. So let's keep it simple and make it stomp randomly. Spawns, no, but children, we are going to... No. We are going to want a PD long leg foot. I sure hope nobody uses that name. They shouldn't. The object proper is a PD long legs foot. Relative. Oh, relative coordinates. Oh no, that's a different format. How did I program this again? Oh crap, but I am gonna need a spawn data. I can just call it the same, it's fine. Spawns. In fact, yeah, that should have just renamed it. Okay, the spawn data for this is BLL foot. And the coordinates are relative. Or wait, or is this gonna... Oh yeah, this is gonna have to be different feet. So if we assume that it's facing the left, the right, we can make foot 1. Coordinates spawn at... Let me try to get more or less an idea from the image again. I'd show it, but it's just gonna take me a second. It's gonna be more or less 300 pixels away. So 300 with 300. Oh, that means... Oh, so we're gonna have to do some janky math. Or not. Let's just do this. Okay. Yeah, you haven't really seen the new spawn data format. That's how it's gonna be. I'm probably missing some details though. Mostly on the child. So let me go back here and... Or I can just look at the code. Where is it? Just search for actually children. Oh boy. Did more than I was hoping for. Type children, oh dear. Okay, children can have the spawn, which is a spawn data. Parent holds, the parent is not holding it. No. Yeah, they're their own thing. They're not being held by the parent, so no. It handles damage into the parent, yes. Oh no, it doesn't handle the damage. But it relays damage. It doesn't handle status effects, but it does relay them. And it doesn't handle events, but it does relay them. Oops. And the limb. I'm gonna keep that as it is for now. We can add later. Rotation speed 0 actually, because we don't want the head to rotate, I think. Yeah, in the... Yeah, I'll just do edits and test and edit and test and redo over and over. In Pikmin 2, the BD long legs does rotate a bit, but we can just cheat here, I think, and just keep the head always facing the same way. So the limbs are always at the top, bottom, left and right, and it's just the legs that move left and right. It's gonna look a bit, maybe, a bit janky. Well, not janky, but a bit cold. But hey, this is probably one of the most complex, realistic enemies we can actually put in the engine. I think we can cut it some slack. Territory radius. I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do about the territory radius just yet, and I'll explain my reasoning later. But we'll keep it as it is. If the armor cannon beetle was 200 worth, we don't have a value for Pikmin 3, but I guess we don't have much of a base to base on. Base. Let's make it 300 points. And wait, since it doesn't drop a corpse. Script, first state idling, death state, prepare to die. Yeah, sure. Closing dying. I'm not so sure about these yet, so leave it be. And it. Nothing that I know of. Idling. What was that I saw? Saw a shadow near the corner of my eye. Could have been a centipede. Getting a few of those. So when you enter the idling, just stop. So animation idling, set turn random. Oh, I forgot one thing, come to think of it. This is a spawn for the first foot. Do all of these for the other children, which are foot 2, 3, and 4. Choose the spawn data for foot 2, 3, and 4, which in turn needs to also be defined. This set this can be that, this can be this, and this can be that. That should look like something. We also need to create the actual foot. And just try to do something good. Stops animation. Look, let's leave it like this for now. Oops. Huh. Great script. And I'm going to create a BD Longlegs foot. I'll copy the data from the BD Longlegs. That might be better. Yep. No animations. Check. Data. BD Longlegs foot. Allow ground attacks. No, we don't want the Pikmin to pummel at the foot. Health regeneration. The feet don't have health. So no. Height. The feet probably shouldn't go any higher than, say, 64. They do not lose health, so none of these. And now the feet actually move quickly. They move at like 100, let's say. The radius, let me check the document again. By document, I mean the vectorial drawing. That's 75 divided by 2, yuck. 37.5. Doesn't spawn anything, it's just its own thing. Rotation speed, they also do not rotate. Just move up, down, left, and right. And diagonals, I guess. Territory radius. Get rid of that and that. And the script for the foot. No, this yet. Actually, let me remove this, otherwise the engine's gonna complain. Okay. I mean, sure. Let's work on the engine now. You perfectly can spawn a foot by itself. It should be able to do its own thing. Which is gonna look really unsettling. Actually, remind me to do that. I want to see just a random feet stomping around. Oh man, I'm kind of hyped. So let's do the foot first. Body part. Nothing yet. Let's just do visuals for now. I guess. E. 75, 75, perfect. Checks out. Checks out. Yeah, boy. And the animation idling. It's probably just gonna always be this animation. Besides just a foot looking like a foot and the core looking like a core, I'm probably gonna have animations for them disintegrating, and that's about it, really. Sprite idling. Yes, less for whatever. Loops. Sure. Not like it was meant to be any harder than this. Now for the video long legs. The core. Also idling. Open that file as before. This part 142. Check. Nations. New one called idling. Use that one. And ta-da. I think that seems fair. Also matches with the radius, the object. And now an area to place it in. We can reuse this area. Oh yeah, look at this. It shows the actual boundaries of the gate. That's not a gate. That's my rect test object, but just pretend. For this, really should have just created a new area. Actually, you know what? That doesn't sound like a bad idea. BLL. I'm trying to see if I can figure out more like helper outlines to put in objects. Is that feature finally fixed for the next version? What feature did you mean? Actually, not quite sure. Oop, not the foot. Too early for that. Goes. And okay, errors. Look at that beautiful nothingness. Visuals when you open a bitmap, just click on a part. Oh yeah, I did fix that on the 15.1 patch. Like you don't even need to wait for this version. You can just download. It's not a patch. It's just a new update. 15.1. It fixes that glitch. You can actually use that damn feature now without fear of crashing. What are the errors? Object BD long legs tried to spawn a child with a spawn name BLL for 1, but that name does not exist. I beg to differ, good sir. Reload. Why? I'm not. Oh, the animations. Shouldn't even have them open. Again? Object BD long legs tried to spawn. Okay. No, looks like it exists to me, mate. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Looks like it exists to me. Well, that's a good thing. We can debug it right away. So I think it's a mob spawn. There we go. Right, the part of the code we need to debug. Well, easy, YouTube. Yeah, if, the 15.1 update fixes that glitch and a couple of other tiny glitches, so I knew that I couldn't have the editor crash in such an important feature, so I just knew I had to launch an update instead of having people wait for 16 just to fix that. We can put this here, and now that it's crashing, not spawn info, spawn info, spawn info. Alright, so you go through all the spawns, which are currently empty. I think I might know why. Yeah, I call this block spawn, and it's meant to be called spawns. So that should be a bit better. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. There's a foot here. But looks like they're all bundled together. And they're not showing any sprites. I realize now why. Just do this. And this. Now back to this. Let's go back to the armored cannon beetle and see how it's done. Probably forgetting something. Spawns bowler, object type, relative equals true. In this case, yeah. Do I really need to specify all of these? I really shouldn't be. It really shouldn't be the case. But let's try it. darker shadow because they're all bundled together. And they're still bundled together. The frick! Okay, let me just undo this because I'm fairly certain I don't need that. And now back to this. I've created a spawn function, so they should go through here. Let's see if it's already coming corrupted here, or if it gets corrupted here. The info. So the coordinates are 0, 0, 0. And there goes 0. That means it's not reading them right. Where do you read this? Probably from the mob type. Construct? Yeah, boy. Object relative. Oh, coordinates. That's what's going on wrong. Not coords. Did I not add relative? Yeah, they're here. Relative, true. I'm actually a bit concerned about something. I don't think some of its legs are going to spawn because there's not enough space. And yeah, no, that's probably. Oh my. Bah! I didn't tell you to add a limb. Also, it only spawned one leg because the other one was meant to go here, and here, and here. So let's fix that. Yeet. That should be enough for of a playground. Should just strike the edges. That's too much, but oh, look at that! It's starting to gain shape. Oh, I could just release it like this, honestly. Anybody would know that this is the BD long legs, except for this damn part. Okay, so this obviously means something is wrong. Oh, hey, Pico. Add water. No, I'm not gonna add water. Stop. Coordinates. I'm trying to figure out why it's trying to draw a limb, even though I didn't tell it to. Spawn info. Where's the child info? Oh, not here. Limb bitmap. You should be able to. What is this used? Here. Oh, yeah, don't. Okay, that's easy enough. Because it just didn't take this into account. So if the name is not empty, then actually try to load the bitmap. Otherwise, if it's empty, then stop that. There is no bitmap. And this leads me to a third thing, which is actually the bitmap for the connection. So we're gonna have to create a new. It's gonna have to be a different bitmap though, and I'm really not a fan of that. Those enemies in Pikifen 3 that skate on water. Skeeter skates. I could. I mean, it's like this, except the legs aren't their own thing. Let me just point this down before I forget. So for the beyond legs logic, I want to be able to. What was I doing? Second. Oh yeah, I want to be able to specify a limb. Ability to specify a limb. Bitmap, sorry, that's in the sprite sheet. Otherwise you're gonna have to load a different sprite sheet just to... not a different sprite sheet, but sorry, my thoughts are a bit all over the place, as they should be. It's just that the way this is set up right now, the limb, so the connecting tissue, that's, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to style it, but the actual leg of the BD long legs is going to have to stay on its own graphic. That is not a part of the rest of the sprite sheet that involves the feet and the core. But I hope I can change that in the future, because it's a bit wasteful for the BD long legs to just be using two of everything. So let me just create a quick connector. The look like his leg. Humph. 96. Okay, seems extracted enough. First of all, let me check if it's not rendering a connection. There we go. Now it just looks like the 1 assist trophy in Smash Ultimate. The red blobby one. Sorry if the windows disappear for a second. I'm misclicking and I'm making the desktop go away. Or I'm making it show the desktop. Okay, with that put, let's go back here and actually specify the limb data. What is the exact property? Limb bitmap. Okay. Limb bitmap is going to be BD long legs leg.png, which I created behind the scenes while I was talking. I wish I gave it a different color though. I mean, it's not too late for that. So let's make it browner. Sure. Export again. The engine hasn't loaded yet, so we can load now. Look, pal! Look! Alright? It's not what I told you to do. It is, technically. I know it is. But don't get smart with me. Okay, it's still in cache. Which it shouldn't be. Should take care of that one day. There we go, much better. Shouldn't you? Oh yeah, you're angled. Actually, let me reset its angle, so it's gonna be easier to understand what's going on. Okay, this is the BD long legs in its most neutral pose. Now we gotta get this boy moving. And for that, a whole world of pain is going to start. Let's start with the script. We'll improvise as we go. So, it's idling. When it starts idling, set a timer for like 3 seconds. Something. Actually 1 second, so it's quicker. We don't have time to wait while we debug. Go into the state. Move 1. Let me put this extended, because while we know that move F1 means move foot 1, people in the future might not. So I want the script to be ready to understand right away. That people having to go, what's an F1? Don't you do? I don't know. Plus pose. On enter. Yeah, let's just. Oh, yeah, I know what to do. Send message to all linked mobs saying move foot 1 or move 1. And now it's gonna get really complicated, so bear with me. Let's also put a timer here. Set state. Sorry, timer here. Probably 1 second to set state. Let's see what. Move foot 2. And all these are going to be the same for each of the feet. I think I pasted too many. Set a message for foot 2 and then changes foot 3. 3 sends a message for 3 and sets it to 4. 4 sends a message to 4 and goes back to idling. That's not actually how it goes. It should stomp up a few more times and then it idles, but keep it simple. And now, something else I'm gonna need here. When we spawn each foot, I also have to include something that tells them. Does this work? It's gonna look weird. It's probably gonna work. Probably. I hope. ID equals 1. You are foot number 1. You are going to be foot number 2 and 3 and 4. And now, since the logic of each foot is the same, we're gonna have to check here. While it's idling, sets the animation on receive message. I believe that's the syntax. If message is equal to move foot 1, create the end if, and if our ID is 1, then we move. Otherwise, if our ID doesn't match, like if the EBD long leg says move leg 1 and this is currently leg number 3, it's not gonna go. If actually this should be an else if. I think that's how I did it. Message equals move 2, then again, let me do it like this. I'm not doing this quite well. Oh, yes I am. So 3. This is a horrible copy paste, by the way. This message is move 2. Otherwise, if the message is move 3, otherwise, if it's 4, this ends the if. This is why indentation really helps. Like, I know that this end if belongs to this chain of logic. This message then, if it's for 2, if for 3, if it's for 4, then set state to move. And it might get a bit tricky from here on out. The limbs are tricky to draw differently. Technically, they're neither above nor below. That you can just say that they're grazing the limit. I mean, if you look at it from a top-down view, you can't say for sure that they're going under the head. But either way, it doesn't really matter. In our cases, we do want them to, like, okay, I've given it a bit of thought. And if you want the limb to show up above, like, the core, you can just draw the limb on the core. So the limb proper is actually still going to be drawn below, but if the core has like a joint here or something, like I think that's a good connection as any. And for this, it's also always going to draw on top of the actual child. So this is always the hierarchy. It's always child, and above that the limb, and above that the parent. I cannot change that unless I use some really bizarre logic, which I don't want to have to go through the trouble of. If we don't want this to connect to the center, I did add a feature to offset it far away, so it can just connect here instead. And I am going to use that. It's going to take a bit of tweaking, because, like, for instance, we don't want this to end on like a rough black spot. What am I saying? We don't want this to end on a rough edge. We probably want it to be smooth or something. So it's gonna take a lot of back and forth between stuff fitting and whatnot. Blah blah blah. Back to the boy. Oh yeah, you guys can always see the Pikifen window, even though I cannot. I can only see one at a time. But it's really something that OBS has. It's quite magical. So on this state, move randomly. And set a timer. Oh, sorry. On enter. Now on timer. How it goes. I'm not even sure anymore. Well, the engine will warn us. I'm actually not entirely sure sometimes because just like in the code it's slightly different. Like the logic for or the internal name of on enter I think is actually on enter. But for like on timer, I think it's just event timer. It's just how it is. So sometimes I get confused between what's what. Stop and change the state to idling again. This, my friends, is gonna take us somewhere. I'm not sure where yet, but that's what we're gonna figure out. I mean, it might take us somewhere. Might not. Might just give a lot of errors and nothing happens, but yeah, errors. Unknown action else if. Then give me a second in that case. How did I do this? Give data type script else. I know that. Else underscore if. Oh wait, that's beetle on legs. Yellow wollywog, cloaking burnet. I'll try the armored cannon beetle. I just want to see how I do long chains of ifs. So for the game data types, enemies, armored cannon beetle script. Script here. I do else's. Oh, they're like chained, so the other if is inside. I mean, I can do that, but it's gonna look so ugly. Else, then if inside of this, this and this and this, and the next one is gonna go even further, and I don't want to do that, so I'm gonna do something that's slightly less optimal. But it's okay. It's okay if the BD long legs is a beefy boy. This makes the code a bit more understandable. Hope I don't regret this. I hope people that check the BD long legs' code for inspiration aren't gonna find the ifs chained like this and think this is a good idea. It is. It's just not as optimal because, like, it's doing this one. If message move is equals 1, and if. Like, even if it is, and it does all this logic, it's still gonna have to go through this, and then this, and then this. Whereas if we have else's, it's like else, nope, and if. But we're talking milliseconds. Absolutely minuscule milliseconds. Plus, this happens when a limb or a foot needs to start moving on the BD long legs. It's gonna happen like 10 times per playthrough at most. I don't care. Now, is that any better? Oh. I didn't see it happening. It's certainly not happening. Okay, let's start debugging. It's got a timer going. Look at the states move. Move for 2, move for 3, 4, idle. 1, 2. What about you lot? These never received anything. If message if already. These seem to be fine. Like on received message seems to be valid. If message seems to be valid. If var ID seems to be valid. Maybe that's a problem. If var ID is actually not matching with anything. So we can't debug the script proper, but we can debug the code that runs the script. If where is the run? If where am I? Sorry, got lost. Oh, hang on. If message. No, this is when I create it. There we go. Nothing? Do I have logic for sending the message? No, I do. Definitely do. Send message. Okay, let's try with that then. Send message. This is the logic that runs when it sends a message. There we go. It's sent. And indeed, I wanted to send to the linked mobs. Oh, that's my problem. I'm sure of it. It's sending to the linked mobs, but there are no linked mobs. Exactly, it's empty. Because I forgot one crucial thing. Which way does this go again? Second. Yeah, link object to spawn and link spawn to object. I want to link the object to its spawn. Yes, for all of these. Now the head should be able to communicate with the feet. Because until now, it actually wasn't. Damn it! Okay, it's fine. One step at a time. I mean, one step at a time is exactly what we want to do, but, you know. Okay, all the feet are here. They are linked. And they do belong to the BD long legs foot type. So what's going on then? If m links equals m. What? Oh, I guess it's just stopped it from messaging itself, I suppose. blah. No. There we go. Here, the message is move 4, for sure. It's currently trying to send to this receiver, which has, by the way, the VAR's ID set to 1. Okay, so the VARs are actually working too. Then what? It should be working then. Let me put a breakpoint here. No. They're still in the idling pose. Sorry for the noise. It should be going through here, but it's not even doing that. Send message. Send. What's that? Okay, event receive message. Is this ever gonna... Oh, it is. So it definitely... The feet definitely have a receive message event. So did I do something wrong? Let's try to dive in. Even though it starts getting really complicated from here on out. Oh no. Oh, that's... I know what's happening. Oh wow, okay. So... Just give me a quick second here. Oh, it stopped, whatever. So yeah. Here's what's happening, right? The head is sending a message to the feet, and the feet, because they are receiving an event, are just relaying that event back to the parent. So the parent is essentially telling itself to move leg number 1. No wonder nothing's happening. Oh, sheesh. Oh, no. Oh. How am I gonna solve this? Oh, that's a conundrum and a half. Damn it, I did not see this one coming. I guess I'm just gonna have to start putting exception cases. And the event type is different from mob event receive message. This is going to be horrible. Yep, let's just leave it like this for now. If only Stack Overflow knew the solution to my code. It's just that there are several ways to solve this, but even this way isn't really the best, because what if some other mob tells the foot something, and you want the foot to be able to redirect that information to the head? You can't. Not with this logic. And I can't really check if the sender is the parent. I mean, I can, but that's a bit of specific logic. Maybe that's not such a bad idea after all. You know what I'll do? If the message... There. I'll let future SPO take care of that. Current SPO needs to focus on making this boy move. Oh, come on now. Oh, it is in the move state. I don't get it. on the move state, when enters it moves randomly. Set a timer, and when the timer stops, sets it idling. Why is none of that happening? Right. I think I know what's going on. It's more complicated than that. Because the scripting is such an interwoven system, you can't really tell it to not handle events. Otherwise, nothing's gonna happen. That's such a complicated middle ground, because you want it to be able to handle events, so it can handle the messages from the parent and stuff like that. Let me go back with this. But you also want it to be able to relay the events. God, it's complicated. Well, oh, look at this monstrosity. It's beautiful. Why is it always going to the right? I think I know why. That was beautiful. Because move randomly is not a thing. I mean, it should be. How does the Monster Evil do it? Move randomly. What? Who's the lawyer trying to pull then? Move randomly. Not really satisfying. Kinda. Link objects spawn, link objects spawn, coins, blah blah. Where am I? Oh, here. Randomly? How's about... Yeah, there you go, son. Okay, let's see if it actually enters this, or if it's just moving in some other way. Nope. It's definitely doing it right. Then why do they always go to the right? Its coordinates right now are 460 by minus 128. Don't know what this is referring to. It's probably, well, it's one of the feet for sure. And we wanted to go to... Yeah, that's definitely not just a right. Did I just get unlucky? What's going on? I think it's also moving a bit up. Yeah, this makes sense, doesn't it? Okay, no, I cannot be this unlucky. They're definitely always going to the right. Yep, no doubt about it. Not quite a stretch limit. Because, like, the engine doesn't know what stretching is. But come to think of it, it might pose a really big threat later on. But for now, let's keep it simple. Keep going. I don't get this. I really don't. What do you do? Come on. Enter. No. Again. Your position at minus 128. I want you to go here. Oh, that's right. I know why. Because they're all facing the right, and they can't rotate. They can't actually turn a different way to go to where they want to. So, see, this is why I said it was gonna go horribly wrong. So many little details that go into this enemy. Like, the scripting logic is made for most normal enemies. They just walk, eat, get hurt, shake, die. This guy is composed of of 4 unique parts that move independently but still kind of together. It's got limbs and all this crazy shit. So yeah, no wonder this is gonna have all sorts of problems. No, I want the mob type data. I already have in the code something that allows mobs to move. I think I do. Without having to turn. Speed. Maybe I don't. Maybe I have to actually add that logic. So here, let me just see what exactly calls it. When they are moving, change the angle, blah blah, chasing, blah blah, chase teleport, move out, can free move, chase free move. And chase free move is decided by this. Yeah. So when we call chase, we need to figure out if it can free move or not. Okay. Okay. Let's see how this is. Or let's do something like this. And mob type here, sure. Boolean can free move. That's quite a horrible name actually. But I've got nothing. Got nothing better. So let's go with move speed. No, what is rotation speed at? Am I blind? I can't see it. Oh. And can free move by default is false. Rotation speed, this gets set here. And now if a parameter called can free move exists, it's set here. Goes into the logic of moving. Yeah. This is starting to. These tabs are starting to become a bit disorganized. Anyway, the foot and also the head. Move equals true. Just sort this alphabetically, even though most of them aren't. But hey, let's do what we can. Okay, now we should see it moving. It's gonna be a challenge and a half, Grass Digger. Oh, you stop that. Look at him go. Whoop whoop. Now, I think we all noticed something very awkward about this. First of all, let me just do this. Did data for the big legs. RP pushes equals true and pushable equals true. That way the legs can just push each other instead of going through each other. It's gonna save us a lot of trouble. Yeah, it looks wrong, but I know exactly what we can do to fix this, which is currently not available in the engine. So we'll go here. Oh boy. Here, there we go. This is gonna be a bit specific, but here goes. Linked mob average HL. That sounds about right. Move to the linked mob average. Just add another logic here. Mob action move linked mob average. So what's its final destination? Its final destination is going to be. Wait, actually, let's start with position. No, actually, if links. What is. Oh, no, sorry. If it's got no links, then this doesn't make any sense, so return. Otherwise, destination, it's gonna start 0, 0. Oof, that's... Give me a second here. Trying to think. No, it should be fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. Linked mob number 1. Till all the links. Let's do some math. Destination is going to be equal to this linked mob's position. We just add, oh yeah, we add at the end, divide by the number of links. That's how you get an average. Destination, blah, blah, destination, destination. Oh, of course, the actual chasing logic. Go after this destination. Nothing, blah, 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 nothing move. No, that should be all actually. What is this? Teleport false. But do I have to specify that? Oh, forgot about this. There, it exists now. Dum-de-doo. What's up? If oh, return statement with no value. I think I need to return a false. Yeah, return false just means I didn't do anything. Operator divides by. Okay then. Do like this then. Fine. Don't know why I made it like this, but whatever. Guess must have had a good reason back then. Okay, if everything went well, nothing is going to happen because I didn't program the actual logic for the head. So let's fix that. Idling on each tick. Move to the linked mob average. Also do this when it's moving a foot. Now I think something really good is gonna happen. If it weren't for some like stretching more than others, I'd say this actually looks really convincing. Stop trying to do the splits, you dolt! Also, we should probably add pauses between them. But, man, look at this. Wouldn't you want to fight one of these? Let's see if the Pikifen even... Oh right, it doesn't have any hitboxes, so we can't. So nothing happens if we do this. Oh, although the legs do push. Whee! Yeah, I can't let it stretch that far. Look where this one's going. But I mean, yeah, overall in general, it doesn't look half bad, does it? Oh, look, look at this now. Oh dear. Oh, this one was meant to be the left foot. I was just gonna swap places. And that's all logic that's gonna be really, really hard to do specifically. Because I actually have to add specific logic to tell it that, hey, when you move one of these randomly, don't go past like these many angles and don't stretch too far from the other ones and all that. Sheesh. I mean, I could just bite the bullet and add like a movement option specifically for the BD long legs. Because like move towards a focused mob, that's easy. Like any mob can use that. Move towards home, any mob can use that. Move towards the average of all linked feet. That's a bit more specific, but I can see other mobs using this as well. But like ordering a foot to move randomly, but not too randomly, within a certain angle and within a certain amount of stretch, that is going to be much more complicated. Or not complicated, but it's going to be much more specific, you know? And only the BD long legs is really going to make use of such a thing. And you know, it's not a bad thing if I create a specific one. It's just that, well, the idea of the engine is to be flexible enough to handle anything. So if you just have logic specific for one specific type of enemy, that kind of defeats the entire philosophy of the engine. It's really creepy, which is good because it should be creepy. But we're still gonna tweak it. We're still gonna tweak the amount of time each leg takes to move, how quickly it moves, all that stuff. But yeah, I think I'm really gonna have to bite the bullet and add some specific logic for the legs. Otherwise, this enemy is just not gonna be convincing ever. Just take a close up here. Okay, it doesn't look too bad. Excuse me. Yeah, I'd have to implement some sort of stress limit as well. Like, not some logic specifically for stress, but more like when you move a leg randomly, also keep in mind where the core is and don't go too far away nor too close. Stuff like that. Yeah, I guess you're right. Like, even if it is specifically the BD long legs, it doesn't mean a whole lot because there can always be recolors. Or just, you know, not even recolors, but actual official canon variations. Like the raging long legs and all. So I guess it's a plan for tomorrow. Or whenever. I'll add that to the to-do. Move action that doesn't go too far or too near the head. Sounds about right. Diamond lock legs. It's possible. Still, we have a lot of work ahead of us. Like, we still don't have any hitboxes. It still doesn't look like the BD long legs. It's not gonna have joints, I don't think. Maybe? Should it? Should not? I don't think I can make a joint. Or, well, I can, but I can add like a quick graphic in the center of this strip here. That just represents a joint. But yeah, like I said, there's gonna be a lot of cheating. This leg really likes to go upwards, doesn't it? Oh yeah, gotta wait for the rock Pikmin. When you say you feel like it should, what do you mean by it? Oh, but you just replied, so it's okay. I think I know what you mean. Yeah, the joints, they would stretch, that is true, but I mean, we have to take a few shortcuts. And if you think about it, like, if it stretches like this, then yeah, the joint is gonna look like this. It's gonna look like a big, fat oval. But the thing is, it's not meant to stretch like this. It's meant to be like more this distance all throughout. So, although technically yes, a drawn-on joint would stretch with the drawing, the thing is that we're not meant to stretch as far as we do anyway. So, it's a decent compromise. Like, it's a non-issue. I think we might have to go with that. If in the end I figure out that no, it's not gonna work, it's not gonna be convincing, oh, it's gonna look horrible, and literally unplayable, then I'm gonna have to figure out some other new logic. Until then, I think that should work. Just double check that the legs push. Good stuff, good stuff. And it's 11:30, and I think this is a great stopping point with lava lamp legs, with node network legs. It's like an amoeba. It's creepy enough to be an amoeba, isn't it? Look at that leg go. It looks like a... If this were a map of a city instead of just repeated grass, it would start looking like it's some suspects on the move, being charted in real time at a police station or something. Well, but it's 11:30, like I said. This is a great stopping point, so I'll leave it as it is for now. Tomorrow I might stream again and continue this saga. I think it's been fun so far, and I'm learning a lot about the engine's limitations and what I need to do to actually get a convincing BLM legs going. For today, that's all. So good night, everyone, or just Neos instead. Looks like you're the only spectator. Good night.